Hello, everyone, and welcome to our annual Candlelight ceremony. My name is Gary McGill, and I am inter sorority chair.
My name's Reagan, and I'm the Panhellenic president.
My name is Laura Lee, and I'm the Vice President of Recruitment.
My name's Maddie, and I'm the Panhellenic President-elect.
I'm Kate. I'm the VP Recruitment.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our annual. We are so excited to be with you all tonight. You will be hearing from our Panhellenic recruitment team and our special guest speaker. Maddie, would you like to begin?
Yeah. Everyone in attendance has either had a Gamma Chi or been a Gamma Chi to help them find the chapter and the letters we all wear on our chests at this moment. As many know, Gamma Chis are a vital part to the primary recruitment process. They are a place of stability and confidence in a crazy, uncertain, and possibly worrisome phase of transitional life for many potential new members. Gamma Chis are the role models to the future women of our Panhellenic and Greek community, and they have an impact on all of us in some way. The Gamma Chis for the primary recruitment of 2020 have expressed exceptional leadership skills, counseling skills, understanding, and expressed the values of Panhellenic. They have picked a set of core covenant values that will help guide them to continue to be outstanding mentors through these coming weeks. Caring for others, close relationships, confidence, honesty, and leadership. The women before us are helping to guide the future women of our chapters. I am so happy to have had the opportunity to participate in training you all. You are so well prepared to be an outstanding mentor to all of our potential new members.
So as I mentioned before, again, my name's Reagan, and we just all wanted to say from the Panhellenic recruitment team to each of you how proud we really are of our entire Panhellenic community. You have each been working so hard this week and been so amazing and adaptable through this time, and we cannot be more gracious and thankful for each of you. Our Panhellenic community is one of the strongest in the nation, and we are so excited to announce that we were awarded by the National Panhellenic Council Conference this year for the fourth time in the row, the highest award, which is the Excellence Award. So all because of you guys and your amazing leadership on our campus, we were honored to receive that again. So again, we just want to say thank you so much for being such amazing individuals. Thank you to the Gamma Chis for working so hard with Maddie this week. We're so excited to begin recruitment and for these PNNs to meet each of you. So now we're going to transition into our guest speaker, Ellie. Ellie graduated from UK in 2018, and she is currently pursuing a Master of Education in Student Affairs at Clemson University. She served as both the Panhellenic president and elect during her time at UK and has been such an essential part of building the Panhellenic community that we all belong to. We are so thankful for everything that she has done for our campus and will continue to do in her career. So Ellie, take it away.
Thank you. So good evening, everyone. I'm so excited to have this opportunity to speak with you all. As mentioned, my name is Ellie, and I was the Panhellenic president in 2000 and graduated from UK in 2018. After doing that, I got to work as a leadership consultant for my national organization. So I had the chance to travel across the country and work with some pretty incredible chapter women, as well as help open and establish one of the newest chapters of our organization at Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville. And I would say throughout my collegiate experience, as well as my now alumni experience, that I've gotten to witness the incredible impact that sorority life has had on not only myself, but the women that are involved, as well as the communities that we get to be a part of. And I believe that right now, sorority is more important than it's ever been. I've always believed that change is incredibly vital to the success of communities, and nothing frustrates me more than the phrase, well, this is how we've always done it. However, right now I feel like there's a lot of change happening in our world, and a lot of it does seem to be a little bit out of our control, which can lead us to feel frustrated, overwhelmed, anxious, nervous for what those outcomes will be. And so now, simply because of where we're at, we can't say, well, this is how we've always done it. And so not only is recruitment going to look a little bit different, but our year is too. And once we strip back all of the excess things that we do, we're going to learn that all we have left that's part of our organizations is each other. and that's also the most important part and the thing we should have been focusing on to begin with. One of my favorite TED Talks is by Drew Dudley, and he calls it Everyday Leadership. And to give a quick summary of what happens in it, he was working on a college campus during a freshman orientation week, and there was a young woman there who looked at her parents and said, "I'm not doing this. Like, this was a horrible idea. Like, let's just go home right now. I'm not staying." And her parents looked at her and said, "Let's just go to the orientation. And if at the end of it, you still don't want to be here, we'll head on home. It's okay." So they go and they get in line. And while in line, Drew comes out and he's wearing this obnoxious outfit and carrying a giant bucket of lollipops. And he walks up to the gentleman standing in front of this woman and he hands him a lollipop and he says, "I want you to give this to the beautiful girl sitting behind you." And so the kid does, he's super embarrassed. And then Drew turns to the girl's parents and he says, "Well, would you look at that? First day at college and she's already accepting candy from strangers." A few years later, Drew received a wedding invitation in the mail, and in it was a note from the girl saying it was that moment in her college experience that she realized that she could stay, and she didn't end up leaving school, and the person she was marrying was actually the boy who handed her the lollipop. And Drew will say that throughout that whole thing, in reading it, he's racked his memory, everything that he's done, and he truly cannot remember this situation ever happening. And kind of relates that to what it looks like in our lives to know that we have little tiny moments of impact upon people. And sometimes leadership isn't just about the big events. It's not about, how much money did we raise for philanthropy or who attended those events or getting the best pledge class we've ever had. That sometimes it's about those little moments of impact that we have on one another that creates this beautiful and incredible community. And they're moments that we may not have even realized that we've been a part of. And so I always say when it comes to recruitment, we focus so much on, why did you join your chapter? Why did you stay in your chapter? And we always have this, perfectly catered story of, why I love my experience and what that looks like. But I think even bigger than that, so much of what we've been through is our lollipop moment. And so that lollipop moment for me happened my sophomore year. I had a really great freshman year experience. I loved UK. I loved my chapter. I had an incredible friend group. I couldn't complain. I was so excited to come back sophomore year. But at the beginning of sophomore year, I kind of hit a little bit of a sophomore slump. The newness and the shininess of being a college student kind of fell. Things started to get harder. Classes were harder. And I was having just a rough day and tweeted something super annoying and angsty as any annoying 19-year-old did at the time. And this woman in my chapter who I'd never spoken to before ever, sent me a little DM just letting me rant to her. And from there, we just kept DMing each other back and forth. And a few weeks later, I was at the chapter sorority house and she was also the philanthropy chairman and was going into a meeting and she said, "Hey, Ellie, why don't you come sit in on this meeting?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, okay, cool. Like whatever. I kind of like this girl. It seems like fun." So I sat in on that meeting and then I sat in on the next meeting we had for it. And then I was there before and stayed after to help run the event with my friend, Lindsay. And then from there, our friendship just kept going. And it was around that exact same time that it was announced that someone from my chapter and my pledge class was going to be the next Panhellenic president. And the first person who texted me was Lindsay. And she was like, "Oh my gosh, you have to do this. Like, you have to fill this out. I think you'd be so great at it. Like, you should totally do it." And throughout the whole process, she was the person texting me, encouraging me, reading my application and the speech that I had to give, and also the first person to be there to cheer me on when I received the position. Flash forward a few years later, and I got another random Twitter DM, which does not happen often because people don't really use Twitter anymore. And it was from Lindsay, and she was asking me to be a bridesmaid in her wedding. And I look back on that moment of who I was my sophomore year and thinking that somebody else just saw in me leadership potential that I didn't necessarily see in myself and felt that she should go out of her way to reach out to me, to connect with me, and built this incredible friendship that means so much to me now. And truly without that moment, I wouldn't have pursued the career path that I'm on. If I hadn't reached out to that Panhellenic position and met the influential advisors and stuff, I wouldn't have gone on to work for my organization or then come to this master's degree. And so I think this next year, while things look different and recruitment looks different, how many incredible moments that we're gonna have as a community to have lollipop moments for each other, that we're gonna get to focus on our friendships and what it means to be a sister to someone and also a member of our Panhellenic community, and the impact that we're going to get to have that way. Because now that we've stripped out some of the fluff of what's going to look like, that's all we have. And that is the most important part. And when we're being asked to social distance and stay away and host these events virtually, knowing that we can create an incredible space on campus for women to come and have a shared experience with one another, and we can create, a place of comfort and safety, where we can share similarities, but also encourage one another to talk through our differences and understand how those differences matter on our campus, is an incredible opportunity. And it's going to be really great to see kind of how this change is going to continue to impact Panhellenic in the years to come. And so I really want to challenge you all to take a moment to think about your lollipop moment. What has been a person in your chapter, a moment in your chapter, or in your Panhellenic experience that has been the, okay, like I can do this, when you thought you couldn't do it anymore, what did that look like? And now throughout the next couple of weeks through recruitment, to reach out to that person who may have created that moment for you and let them know that it happened and share kind of what it meant to you. But then even bigger than that, I want you all to think throughout this next year, how can you keep creating lollipop moments, whether that's for your chapter, members of your community, members that aren't a part of Panhellenic, or maybe it's for that new pledge class that you all get to welcome in a few weeks. But what are you all going to do throughout this year to create those moments that are going to allow us to be strong and continue to create a community when we're being asked to stay apart? So thank you all so much for having me. I really love getting to come back and talk with Panhellenic, because I do believe that it's just such an important part of what we get to do, not only as college students, but when you continue to get to be involved as an alumni. So thank you all.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Ellie. I love that TED Talk as well. So that's really funny that you brought that up. But I really am so excited for this next few weeks and this next semester and year with you guys. We're all so excited to see the amazing pledge class that you welcome. And again, Ellie, thank you so much for being a part of creating that foundation for us so we can now welcome them this semester. So now we're going to jump into just an overall reminder of what our Panhellenic Creed stands for and our Panhellenic community is based on. And we just want to be reminded of what that means and reflect on the true reasons that each of us have chosen to be a part of this community.
Panhellenic is a small but essential piece that links all of 14 of our chapters together. We as members of the Panhellenic Council have a responsibility to hold ourselves to the great traditions and the bar of excellence that our founders have handed off to us. Panhellenic is a living entity that combines our chapters in a common goal of sisterhood, achievement, and human service. May this light resemble the selfless duty that we have to the sisters who have come before us, our sisters who stand around us, and the sisters who have yet to come.
With that in mind, we renew our pledge that we made to our Panhellenic sisters by repeating the Panhellenic Creed. As I read the creed, please feel free to recite it with me. We, as undergraduate members of women's fraternity, stand for good scholarship, for guarding of good health, for maintenance of fine standards, and for serving to the best of our ability our college community. Cooperation for furthering fraternity life in harmony with its best possibilities is the ideal that shall guide our fraternity activities. We, as fraternity women, stand for service through the development of character, inspired by the close contact and deep friendship of individual fraternity and Panhellenic life. The opportunity for wide and wise human service through mutual respect and helpfulness is the tenet by which we strive to live.
So we all just remember these, we go through recruitment and just throughout our entire experience within our prospective Panhellenic chapters. We truly are vessels of these amazing traditions, and we want to continue to pass this on to the most amazing women. So we thank you guys so much for tuning in with us and taking a little bit of time out of your night to just reflect on these moments and words. And we're so excited for you. thank you, Garen, for setting up Candlelight for us this year, our inner sorority chair. She's been doing such amazing work. And we'll see you guys later this week. Bye.